Madison at Atlanta. Big stakes, big moments as the postseason looms here in just a week's time. Take a look at our standings as you come inside McCamish Pavilion. Kevin Barnett alongside Salima Rockwell, and Madison is fighting for their playoff lives here from the bottom of the standings.
Well, you see under that yellow line, those are the two teams right now not in the top four of the playoffs. Madison, if they win,
they're both at full strength.
They are at full strength. It's good to see Pinoy back in the libero position, so that's going to steady out their passing significantly and going to be huge for Atlanta today.
Now Yvonne Montano is going to face on the other side of the net for a couple of rotations. Temi Thomas Ailaro, who's been on an absolute tear
and has complete control of this offense. Watch her moving the ball around and getting her hitters in a perfect position to attack.
All right, Salima Rockwell, so we've arrived at our Chase scouting report. What has to happen?
Well, Madison has to control the ball. They've had some trouble a little bit with the passing. They're hitting different directions and moving the ball around. It's just fun to watch how each team adjusts throughout the season.
Atlanta on your right, Madison on the left in their blue, Atlanta in the home pink. Inside McCamish Pavilion on the campus of Georgia Tech. Here we go. Thomas Ailaro with the first pass, scoops it perfectly, and Pinoy with the dig. Conservative in transition is Atlanta with their first chance, as both sides are trying to get in rhythm here on the very first play. And that ball is hit out of bounds, point Madison.
Starting off a little bit sloppy with the play, trying to get some swings here. Both teams sending free balls over to start the match.
They call her Evie. You're looking at Yvonne Montano, Columbia national team player. Led A2, that's the Italian second league in points last year, and had MVP honors. Right away, Paulo Coco with a challenge on our very first rally. The Coco has come in hot to this one.
You know, hey, sometimes you see something, you're sure of it. A point's a point, and every single point matters in this match, that's for sure.
2 challenges per team per set. If you're right, you keep them. And Paulo Coco has to be rather upset after the last match where Atlanta was up 2-0 and then lost in 5. And what was kind of a loss of attention match for them. They're looking for a net fault here on Madison.
See if we see it right on the turn. Anything there? Huh.
That looked to me like a touch to the net with a forearm, Salima Rockwell.
Little movement, so I'm not sure. It says it was unsuccessful, but I don't know if they're still taking a look at it.
Paulo Coco, a one-time setter, Brazilian titles in his history. Now just getting enough fake parts installed to play tennis, keep the game going, but an experienced assistant coach and head coach in the Brazilian professional and national team leagues. And that will be an unsuccessful challenge. So right away, Atlanta down a challenge.
That's tough early on when this match is no doubt going to be neck and neck here.
I mentioned the upheaval in the rosters for both sides, and a Hawk getting the start here. There have been some unsure moments as to who's going to be out on the floor. Julia San Giacomo has been in that spot for a long time. Back-to-back misses now for Atlanta, barring a challenge here. It'll be 2-0.
That's going to be really important to see if they can get Montana in rhythm. That means that ball's lined up in front of her well, so she can keep the ball on the court.
Hawk, one of the better blockers at that outside position. She'll play middle back here off of her serve. And there's a sharp kill. First one from number 13, Mackenzie Adams, who's still trying to find her rhythm all the time here in season 2.
Yeah, we talked about this in the Open. She's got to have a big match. And a big match doesn't mean a ton of numbers. It really just means an efficient hitting match.
Adams' kill percentage this year, .333. But her efficiency off of last year. That ball thrown to the outside. That's Thomas Ailaro who has a miss. So both the big attackers right away wide.
Well, and sometimes you think you do have to carry a lot of the match. When you've been a big attacker and you know your team's relying on you, sometimes you go after it a little bit too hard, too early.
Adams once again to the jump serve. She's been back and forth between jump and float. That looked like the back line, and indeed, that's an ace. Ring it up.
Good eyes by you, Barnett.
16th of the season, first of this match.
That was right on the end line.
The barn eye is known to be wildly inaccurate. Scores one here.
The barn eye. So good.
And will we have another challenge is the question here. As Mackenzie Adams comes off the service line and the team comes together here. As Paulo Coco could get a chance to talk to his team.
Not that
I love the challenge system, but I don't love this.
No, me neither. Not that I want this to be out, but if the barn eye is wrong, I'll be very happy right now.
That seems oddly spiteful for this early.
See.
Let's see.
Oh, it's in.
No, successful, ball in. Oh, initially ruled out?
It was.
No.
Was it?
Unsuccessful, thank you. There you go. It was initially ruled in as an ace, went back to serve. Thank you for the unsuccessful popping up there. That ball is in on the line right in front of Matt Furbringer. We're going to have his eyes checked given the angle he had on that one.
Oh, my goodness.
So 2 challenges.
Early.
3 hitting errors. And now a service error later. We're tied at 3. That's a lot to get
That's a lot of action. Yeah. That's a lot of action in just a few minutes.
Kevin Barnett alongside Notre Dame head coach Salima Rockwell. Hope you're settling in for a lovely bit of action here. Couple of matches happening today. There's an ace back the other way, so 1 for each side. San Giacomo has that go through her hands.
We'll see a lot of serves come right down that line at San Giacomo, who has still working on proving herself as one of the primary passers on that team.
Yeah, so Hawk for one side, San Giacomo for the other. As Jimerson gets that one to go, good sign for Atlanta to be setting middle.
They need to be in system, get the ball to Jimerson, and get her going a little bit here offensively.
Tia Jimerson just 95 kills. She's been killing about 46% of what she touches, but hasn't had that many opportunities. Last year was an absolute force in this league, now out of Ohio in her 5th professional season. The Georgia native was so excited last year to be a part of the inaugural year in her hometown.
Wow, and it was so fun to watch her get going. She's got a couple signature moves that we're going to see here today.
That off the block, quickly covered. Both sides playing some early defense. Jimerson steps into set, and there's the form we were expecting from number 18, Montagna.
Well, she starts with that strong block, touch on Aylara, and gets that high swing into the seam. This is a really good matchup for these teams right now, having Aylara and Montagna against one another. She beats them in that seam. We'll see how this matchup goes.
Maybe a confidence builder after those first couple. Another good pass from Gong this time. Aylara trying to get that one by the block, gets it underneath and down.
It's a nice swing. Again, it's going to be a heavy hitting game on the outside and the right side of the court.
Temi Thomas Aylara's numbers have been rising. She's leading Madison in kills. Gong right behind her, despite some injury woes. Another tough serve. Atlanta's well off the net. Will they get a cut? Oh, they at least make trouble for the blue side. Quick into the middle, and there's another transition kill. Yahalasheva with it.
And another middle attack coming for Atlanta. That's what they need to do, is keep going. They haven't been handling the ball well, but in transition, they're able to get the middles going just a little bit.
6-5, block coordination happening, jump serve coming. Beautiful backslide. Pick up off the pancake. Pinoy with the 3rd contact. But not this time. Kelly Schwarzenbach with the kill, and she's really had an outstanding 26.
Oh, she's been so good and just efficient. She's up and available, very good on the slide attack, and it's good to see them able to get her going. That's the key. They have to control the ball so they can get the middles going.
Another interesting thing about this matchup, the 2 hitters you profiled off the start here, jump serve from both. Left short there for Montagno. What a dig by Grimes. Pickup, can they convert it? No, Pinoy is right there playing off the edge of the block. Carlini got caught in an awkward spot. Another good read from Pinoy. Big swing left side. That will be a kill. Anna Hawk getting aggressive and flying high.
Some big time coverage plays and defensive plays on both sides. Grimes with a huge up to start that off.
Matt Furbringer had a victory over Austin 2 weeks ago. He said, listen, we talked a lot about just going out there and playing fearless. My analogy is boxing. You take a couple of punches, but you're never at your best. He said, I want to come out throwing some punches here as they hit off the block once again. He said, I want to come out and see if we can land a couple of punches. And we did. And that was his comment. They did that against Austin, and they did it again against the #1 team. They played fearlessly against Houston last week. It was a 3-0 sweep for the Madison side. It surprised many. Thomas Ailara trying to be fearless from the service line. That one's a little bit long. Where do you think that fearlessness could show up in this match? If I'm watching, what am I going to see?
What you're going to see, certainly for Ailara, it's the aggressiveness from the end line.
Okay.
So even if she misses deep, that's confidence. She's going after it high and hard. And then how she's moving the ball around the net. And you're going to see a lot of her just fired up, like looking at her setter, asking for the ball. Like those are the things that just feed confidence to one another.
Keeping the ball that time was the setter Lauren Carlini. She actually has 36 kills on the year and is out hitting all of her pin attackers.
She's smart. She sees the block very well.
Schwarzenbach to serve. And this is an area where she could improve. That is her 25th error on the season, just 2 aces. A lot to work on here, but hey, third-year pro.
Yep.
And serving is one of those skills you can go in the gym and work on your own all the time.
All the time, and all the medals. There's pretty good serving medals in this league.
Off balance, Madison. Opportunity here for Atlanta. Ooh, Adams with the conversion. Get to the floor.
Absolutely unloaded on that ball. It's good to see Adams. That's what confidence looks like. You asked what confidence looks like. That is what it looks like right there.
Adams already an ace and 2 kills. Carlini, long distance to Alec. Another opportunity. Oh, into the net, miss. From the also aggressive, and what makes this really an interesting matchup, the aggressive Rachel Fairbanks and the very aggressive Lauren Carlini.
Well, it's a fun battle to watch because they're going to get the middle blockers to hold because they are going to be so active, and that creates a lot of opportunities for the outsides.
Long distance to Adams. She'll work off the block. San Giacomo with the cover. Right back to it. It's a seam once again. This time a little deeper, same heat.
Absolutely love what Adams is doing right now. Again, she knows she wants to be better at the net. Her numbers, got to get her kill percentage, but her efficiency higher. And right now, with no errors, she's on the right track.
3 hitters to the front row with Rachel Fairbanks in her 2nd season. Stepped right off that Pitt team a year ago into League One. Here a little more lead time to the pro ranks. She's picked up with the left hand. Adams with the scoop out. Alec, newcomer this year, will help set it up for Gong, who goes down the line.
And we're going to say her name more and more as this match goes on. She's been a little quiet so far. It's early on. But Gong is a player that was desperately missed in the last match, not being in that starting position.
Looking for the technical timeout here. Madison trying to score. They will not. Tia Jimerson with authority to the sideline.
It is that passing, handling the ball perfectly by Atlanta, getting that middle going one more time.
So we're going to the technical here with the first set separated by just 1 point. Adams to the line already with an ace. Madison off the net trying to go middle anyway. Jimerson was there. Timmy Thomas Ailara cross court with that signature
right there in front of her and committing on that perfect pass.
Yeah, Schwarzenbach with 40 blocks. That is 2nd league wide. Definitely to be feared. She's up here again here trying to get a positive touch, but that is too much heat from Montano, who is killing 42% of what she touches.
Well, I love how she approaches the ball. That is a tough angle, especially when it comes inside and she wants to turn that ball down the line, high off the block. Very, very skilled at that attack.
Montano, fluent in Italian from her days there, but functioning in Latin maybe. Carpe diem, seizing the opportunity to play here and play full time. She has really stepped into that role admirably. Hit through the block, Gong with another creative kill, and she will do that to you.
She will, and you'll see big difference between the opposites. Gong moves the ball around. She's not going to be bouncing, going high and over the top. Just very smart and measured with how she plays the game.
3-time Olympian, gold medalist in 16. Captain of the Chinese national team with a short service. Montano, another inside-out swing and more. Top shelf mechanics.
Well, so it's interesting. They want to get the outsides on the floor. They want to force this to happen. Schwarzenbach can get there. They've got a big block in front of her, but it doesn't matter right now. It just doesn't matter.
That's a JT kind of swing right
sure
there, Jordan Thompson.
Oh, JT.
Overpass generated. Oh, Yalasheva chose not to take a cut at it. But Tanya will.
That's a problem. You got to get after it. You have to take advantage of those situations or you will get it like that.
That is a player's favorite play.
I know.
Big jump serve, ball comes back to your side easy, and you get it right back.
That's right.
Montano has her team tied. 3 kills a set, and that has been rising. Tough enough serve there. Back slide is good from Schwarzenbach.
Well, Grimes just handling that pass very well to allow that to happen.
Schwarzenbach added to her professional resume. Played in Puerto Rico as well as Brazil before joining League One this season. Temi Thomas Aylara. She's been right into America. Played in what was then PBF. And now a couple of seasons in Madison along with Athletes Unlimited as that ball is wide and outside. Madison back on top.
And Giacomo is a big piece of this offense. She's got to keep the ball in play.
Do you go back to San Giacomo? Don't have to worry about it.
Oh, you don't. I'd have gone right down the middle with a bic to Montano. That's what I would have done.
Remember, in League One volleyball, just 1 timeout per team per set. Coach is going to have to manage that as we get to the latter parts of this first set. San Giacomo working on Hawk. Backslide. Schwarzenbach, and the block is there.
Adams has stepped up her game, really playing well. We saw her early on, even just preparing for the match. Very serious, very focused. They understand how important this match is.
Mackenzie Adams with another block. She's tied for second coming in. She had 22. That'll be her 23rd. As that one caroms through the block and out of bounds. So Adams has been a force, at least in the Atlanta statistics, on that left side. And this woman has been a force throughout. Magdalena Elasheva, known for her blocking in college, and that has continued here. 40 blocks leads her side. First in positive touches is Claire Chassé. Cece checks in to serve and play some defense in the left back. They've scored with her there. Not this time.
Adams right now really absolutely on fire on the left side for her team. That's her 4th, maybe 5th kill.
This is a side that was up 2-0 on Nebraska in their last match. Should have been out in 3 sets. They lost 25-22 in the 3rd. Nebraska, 7 of 9 blocks in that 3rd to the 5th set. They came alive late in the match, but there were enough negative points given, I guess. Negative points by Nebraska for Atlanta to take that victory. In 3, but did not. Paulo Coco was very vocal about his dissatisfaction after that one. He's got to be happy here as Adams kills another.
It was an incredible scoop out of the back row. He's keeping that ball alive.
Well, into serve and making that play, Beatrice Negrete, who's been in that libero role early, now in that DS role, making a difference. So when you don't have a libero out there because the middle is serving, put your DS in. How about another? No, the block's got it instead. Was that Adams?
It was Adams. I think it was Adams. It may have been Jimerson. She would have done the finger wave, though, I think. I think it was all Adams. We'll take a good look at that here. Adams making that swing. No, just a shuffle move. Oh, all her, all day.
That's old school Bulgarian. They used to call it the Bulgarian double step right there. Shuffle step.
Yeah, she didn't need to swing block. She got real controlled and got in front of her hitter.
Yeah, I think that one came out of the Bulgarian programs back in the middle 80s, maybe early 80s. What the research, the history of that. I was always told that was what you were doing, that double step. Oh, nice set to the outside. Hawk finds the angle.
Beautiful play. Really got a nice approach there with the middle, holding the block just a little bit. Alec has been set a good bit in those situations, so created a lot of space for the outside.
That was Ung and Sorkaite coming off the floor after that delivery from Argentina Ung. So the double sub unwound here. Lauren Carlini returns with Madison down 1. Looking to the deep corner. Pinoy takes the reception. How about that scoop from Fairbanks? Put that one in the category of number 10. I know you love a good setter, Selima Rockwell.
Love it. I love a good bump set. I've got a setter right now. This is a queen of bump sets, and I love watching it when they can just chase that down and put it up right on the money for their outside hitter.
A beautiful bump set leads to a 20-18 advantage, entering that red zone over 20. The timeout taken by Matt Furbringer and Madison.
Well, what we're seeing with Atlanta right now is very disciplined in what they're doing. They're serving tough. They're controlling the ball at the net. They blocked a couple of balls. Really good production on the left side. And when it's a perfect pass, they're getting the ball to the middle. So playing an overall fairly good, balanced game of volleyball.
Yeah, here's a look back at that bump set.
Oh, look at that. On her knees. Adams doesn't miss a beat there. Perfectly placed for Adams to go up and over the top.
Adams, 6 kills on 7 attempts here in set number 1. Has absolutely been a powerhouse. 2 blocks and an ace.
Yeah.
Player of the match right now.
Right now. Name it.
Book it.
Go ahead. Long way to go. And Fairbanks going back to serve. One of the best servers on their team. Nice and flat. Very difficult to pass her serve.
Atlanta with the lead. Fairbanks and Atlanta in full strength in the front row. All 3 hitters. Thomas Ailar, perfect pass. That tip is not going to go. Fairbanks was camped out. Montano with a confidence off the top of the fingertips.
Unbelievable. You saw on the Madison side, that ball drifted back a little bit and forced the outside to tip. That was a perfect out of system set by Pinoy to Montano. That's why she was able to hit high and off the block.
Swiss League top scorer a couple of seasons ago. Hawk passes right in front of herself. The block is there, but it's off the block and out of bounds. Big, strong swing from Anna Hawk, who played last year for League One Austin, took home the title.
She's been doing a very nice job at coming in and handling the passing, controlling the ball at the net. I need her to continue to move the ball around.
Swedish native. That ball was delivered to Jimerson, who has been a part of this first set offensively.
So right now, you've got Adams, Jimerson, and Montano all doing a phenomenal job offensively.
And now serving in number 13, Mackenzie Adams.
Adams hard down the line. Alec out of the middle. Was it in? Was it out? It's called in. Paulo Coco has another challenge. Get that flag, Paulo.
Why not?
Throw that thing
it.
out
I want
there.
to see him throw it. Where is it?
I don't know if he has it. He may have someone else. He may have a...
Paulo.
He might have a designated thrower.
Where's the flag? It's got to be in your left pocket. A designated thrower?
Yeah, he's in the AL.
Oh,
he's allowed to have a designated hitter.
See,
yeah.
that's not right.
But that thing needs to come
experience.
flying out.
It's like if you're like just a phenomenal coach forever.
Can you speak to Yoko Zetterlund, please, assistant coach? If she has it, can we get her to fire that thing?
We could. Yoko Zetterlund, one of the setters for the U.S. national team. I played with her actually a long time ago. Take a look at this ball. Does it flatten?
That's
it's
out.
Close. It's close. It is. Gee.
I think you saw from Paulo Coco's reaction there. That ball is out of bounds and it is 23-19.
Wow.
Oh, you were living and dying with that one.
I was really close. I tried to get my readers.
How much Celsius have you had before we
No, it's not me. That's you.
All right, Mackenzie Adams. Opportunity to stay aggressive here. Gone all into the angle until that last one down the line.
Yeah, and I like how she's mixing it up, seeing the block really well.
Back to the angle. Thomas Ailara. Tip, not her strength. Montano. There's that matchup. Dynamic hitters across from one another. The tip will fall there off of Alec. Give another kill to Mackenzie Adams. What a first set.
You talk about Negretti coming in and playing that defensive position. Huge to have her in there. She's setting the ball out of system, scooping up the stuff in the middle of the court. Beautiful.
Set point for Atlanta here in the first. Adams at the line. Adams with the dig. And under goes Fairbanks on the follow through. So set point number 2 on its way for the home side.
That's tough. I love that dig by Adams. When Gong is inside, she likes to cut that ball back down the line. Adams read it well, but Fairbanks couldn't keep her feet on her own side.
Lots of options here for the Atlanta offense. San Giacomo is it. She'll go through the block right down in the middle of the court, and the first set is in the books, 25-20. Often wonder who the hot hand will be when you enter any match. Mackenzie Adams, all of last year, played at top shelf level. That level is back just when it matters most. She's 7 of 8, and her team is up 1-0, 25-20.
All the best.
Now a lot going to be demanded of her here in this second set. Kevin Barnett alongside Notre Dame head coach Salima Rockwell watching that ball. Find the mark off the dig from Rebecca Alec.
She'll take it. She will absolutely take it.
That will go down as a kill. 1-0 Madison. Madison fighting for their playoff lives. They must win today to stay postseason eligible here. Atlanta, with a win, will be into the playoffs. That ball down the line a little bit to the left. Out of bounds, 1-1.
And we talked about the range on the outside by Aylara. I like that she's trying to hit the line, finding that area of the court, just missing a little bit wide. She's hit that twice now.
Mackenzie Adams' stat line is absolutely off the charts in set number 1. 7 kills on 8 attempts. Served up an ace. Played some defense as well as 2 blocks. Pinoy sitting in the right spot. Adams out of the back row. Gong measures it, pulls the string and puts it away.
Well, that's, again, the beauty of Gong. She can hit that kill. But it's Pinoy continuing to control the ball, play great defense, and now she's back on the court after being out for a little bit. And we saw her with a mask on in the first set, and the mask is now gone.
Well, it certainly didn't interfere with her play. She was a huge factor in that first set, making plays, especially right off of that block.
And that's exactly where she needs to be, in that angle, but it's difficult. You saw that mask. It's probably hard to see. It probably digs in a little bit. And sometimes as an athlete, you're like, I'm done. I'm done with that. I'll take a chance to get hit again from the face.
Jimerson, good one to the deep corner, handled well by Madison. The block even better. San Giacomo this time on the left-hand side comes up with the stuff.
You can really see her press early and over the net. San Giacomo, very physical outside hitter, excellent blocker, bringing that slide back into the court.
Short pass. That tip is not going to find its way. So the block turns into an error, 2-point swing there. And Julia San Giacomo has really established herself here in the second half of the season. A lot of terrific volleyball skills, but one of the things that makes her next level is her care for teammates and making those around her better. That was really one of the reasons she was prized at her time at Santa Clara for the Broncos. These kind of people are multiplier players.
Yeah, without question. You give people confidence. You allow people to play better than they otherwise would have. It's the biggest compliment you can get from a coach.
That ball is bounced right in front of the defender. Nothing to be done there off the attack on the outside.
On Hawk, finding that area of the court. We'll watch this as it develops. Oh, excuse me, and that was not Hawk on the outside. We had a substitution in.
Drea Mitrovic now with the serve. Temi Thomas Aylara out of the match right now. Hawk trying to bang it through on a tight opportunity, does just that.
There's a very smart play by Hawk off the top of the block, finding it. And that's what Atlanta, those are the balls they need to scoop up. That's a pretty good touch, still high enough for someone to run underneath and control.
Mitrovic now in her 6th season. Oh, what a delivery. A little look away from Rachel Fairbanks.
I like that. That's why she's just so good. Her body's in a good position. She kind of is a little sneaky with her eyes, and she stays facing the back of the court. Sneaky.
Is this a little past and future here?
Oh, I like this.
This past future matchup?
Absolutely.
I mean, we're not putting Lauren Carlini out to pasture here. She tries to dump that one.
No.
But certainly from a national team perspective, Lauren Carlini delivering that ball there. Nice plays on both sides. That ball is out of bounds. But Lauren Carlini fought for a long time to make an Olympic roster.
Yes.
Nearly made it to get to Tokyo, did not. Gold medal there for the team. Fought back, made the roster the next time, got a silver medal. Her national team journey probably over.
Yes. And she has had a phenomenal career.
Phenomenal.
It's so good to see her back and playing in her, in Madison where she's comfortable and all the fans know who she is. That's been so fun to watch. And as you talked about, Rachel Fairbanks, she's one of the young. She's one of the up-and-coming young setters. Yeah, it is the old and the new.
Service pressure from Atlanta cranking up. You saw Montano with the ace. Trying to go back to the line. Interesting strategy there, going angle line.
Very interesting strategy. Well, I like moving it around. She has a hard enough jump serve, in my opinion, to just keep going for it. What's comfortable, what's working, just rip it. But got to move it around sometimes.
5th ace on the season for her. Kind of like Schwarzenbach here. A few too many errors for the return. San Giacomo off the block, out of bounds. Another player with tremendous upside available. You were talking about her size, her height at 6'5", the Sonoma, California native.
Difficult to block, and she hits at the top of her reach as well. So she's not only tall, she also hits very, very high above the height of the net. Started
her career in Indonesia last year. There's a block. Melasheva with the big left hand put down.
Fully closed block, and Rachel Fairbanks also a good size blocker. So you've got a big block. Watch her eyes. I love watching the eyes of the blockers. That was a great shot. Waiting, talking to one another, and getting a good block touch.
Yeah, I think if you caught the end of it there, she said wait.
Yep.
Communicating to the outside. Here's Carlini communicating to get through traffic and deliver that one to the outside to Hawk, who continues to shine. They're going to need maybe a lot more Hawk on the outside. That's her 7th kill now on 14.
I'm doing it in a lot of different ways. You saw her hit that hard angle right in the seam and now tooling off of the block.
Carlini back row. 2 hitters in the front for Atlanta. Pinoy taking control, allowing some offensive flexibility there.
Such a beautiful run. A perfect set ball behind on that slide attack. That's where you see this offense really shine. You see the blockers shift and move with her and just give a little sliver of line, and she takes it.
That one blasted through by Rebecca Alec. Alec, coming off her career at Nebraska, has stepped into this role professionally. That's a big challenge for a lot of these players to go from the long college season right into the professional ranks.
It's really hard. It's hard to go college to pro anyway, and then you're playing a very long season. Then you're in for it. You're knee deep already.
Jimerson with the save, and Alex staying aggressive puts it away.
It's a few points here for Madison, making a nice little push. And I like how they're playing right now. A little more confidence. You can see that with how they're attacking the ball and how they're playing just a little more seamless volleyball.
Atlanta still with the lead. But off balance here. Adams. That is her first kill of set number 2.
Still finds it with a stutter step, waiting for it. She went in a little bit early on that ball that was way off the net. Sometimes you hope your setters can keep you in system, but this one was high. She's off. It still finds some room between the net and the block.
Looking for the technical timeout and perhaps a 4-point lead. Fairbanks, good from the line, goes line to line. Mitrovic through the hands and down, and Andrea Mitrovic continues to be an offensive force for good for Madison. A couple matches ago, 15 kills, 10 digs.
She has been
against Austin.
Very solid, very, very solid. And with Aylara having some issues right now, it's good to see some steadiness on the outside for Madison.
Adams now 2 for 2 in the second set. And that is 12-9. Atlanta with the lead.
Do that.
I did not know this until I talked to Mackenzie, but there's a whole duck thing. It started during COVID for Jeep owners.
Oh, yeah.
People carry around some small rubber ducks and just put them on a Jeep and say you've been ducked.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Look at her diming that ball all the way to the right side of the court.
Looking for a dig here, another transition opportunity. The block gets a hold of it. Grimes lays it way off the net. Opportunity Atlanta. Pinoy. Bump to the left, San Giacomo. Adams, there's more of that defense, the all-around play, the veteran. And then Long from the youngster.
Well, that's a tough play. When they're going so hard defensively, keep that ball alive and just chuck the ball a little bit out of bounds. Pinoy still making moves. Again, not afraid to go hard after the ball.
Gong to the back row. They don't set her back there. And one of the challenges for the offense at Madison, Mitrovic with a nice pickup there. Tip not going to go. Fairbanks really plays that spot with some excellence. And San Giacomo cleans it at the net.
Excellent play. Just seeing that tip really well going to the middle of the court. And Pinoy, of course, making a perfect set. We'll watch Fairbanks come in, control it. And this is a perfectly placed ball for San Giacomo in the middle of the court.
Oh, left hand. Yelacheva once again.
So good. Fast from pin to pin. Just gets there, closes it out. Take a good look at Fairbanks making that, picking up that tick and running her offense. It's that middle blocker that earned them the point.
So you tried the tip.
Yep.
Then you tried the hard cross court. Yep. Neither one worked.
Yep.
Now they'll go double sub. As you see Carlini and Gong coming off the floor. Ung will return with Sorkaite now in the left front. They'll lay it off back row, dig by Adams. Gonna need another. Instead, it's a block once again. Excellent handwork. Was that Yelacheva?
It sure was. Once again, going from left to right. Yelacheva sees it so well, but creates those angles. It's impossible to get past her right now.
6'3" and 6'5" on the left-hand side. Keeping the pressure on is Jimerson. Tip, pancake, yes. Montano right to Hawk. And a hitting error on the other side. Sorkaite can't find it. Biggest lead of the match now for Atlanta at 6. Oh. They're running away with this set, and Matt Furbringer has utilized his only timeout. Interesting test here for Atlanta, too, who was so dominant in those first 2 sets. Paulo Coco said, hey, we forgot some of our responsibilities.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. You have to remember the little things. When you're on a roll, you just start playing, and then all of a sudden, another team changes what they're doing. Maybe they start chopping the ball, doing something a little bit differently, and you forget, hey, this is what I need to do in this moment.
Now, for Madison, we've seen them make a lot of changes. Matt Furbringer trying to kind of spin the wheel, move parts in and out. What would you like to see here that might stabilize them in set number 2?
Well, they need to pass the ball well, of course, but can they bring Temi Thomas-Ayala back and get some more offense? They're not getting the kills that they want right now. I understand they switched into the double sub because they want 3 attackers, but they have to pass well. So these attackers are one-on-one. If Yalarova can get from pin to pin, they're in big trouble.
.40 run for Atlanta. Again, Jimerson keeping it in. She's consistent there, has been the whole time. That one sneaks just inside of the Atlanta block.
And you saw the block wasn't quite able to get there, so a nice split in the block. That's what they're going to have to do. Pass well and create just a little bit of space for their outside hitters.
Working that middle once again. Fairbanks with another delivery.
We've seen her from a blocking standpoint and hitting a slide, but in front, I like that set. Just creating those angles around the middle blockers of Madison.
Montano leans into it. A little long. With a pad to the score there. Opportunity to be a bit more aggressive. See just 3 service errors per side. Montano with a shot there. Chassé back into serve once again. Bad pass. Salvage play. Well done. Adams was just hanging out, waiting for that one. In the right spot, playing her responsibility. Pinoy, San Giacomo steps in. Montano can't handle the tip. Madison with 13.
A couple of really good defensive plays on the side of Atlanta, and Montano just stopped a little short. That tip was pretty high. That's an easy run through to keep control of the ball.
Dump, chasse there. And no one home once again. The soft stuff is going on Atlanta all of a sudden. If you're Paulo Coco, are you thinking of timeout right now?
I'm thinking of having a conversation, that's for sure. I mean, these are the little things that you were talking about. We forgot our assignments. You cannot let off the gas when things are going well. You can't.
Yeah, moments ago, +6 is now only +3. Montano back row with an exclamation point. It's nice to have that arm to lean on, isn't it?
Exactly. Yep, we'll get that going again. But they've got to pick up the tips. They're going to make some adjustments. And if that keeps scoring, you know, you can close the gap pretty quickly.
Yeah, just place a 911 call to number 18. Get Evie on it, Columbia national team. Throwing up some heat there. Married to a professional setter, Jose. Shout out, Jose. Hope you're tuning in, watching the kills from Yvonne. Another lightning bolt here. A third tip in just this second set goes down. Argentina on with the delivery, part of that double sub. They will now leave. Gong and Carlini return, but work done.
Work done well. And with Gong on the court, they might give her a little bit more. I would set her behind just a little bit, let her be creative and choppy.
Okay.
That's what's working against Atlanta right now. It's not really the heat, it's the off speed and some of the shots.
Gong has only 5 attempts. There's nothing off speed about that one. From Mackenzie Adams.
It continues to absolutely unload against Madison.
Double figures now, 10 kills for Adams, and they've been kind of waiting for that all year, knowing she was capable of it. Oh, that sly look. I hope you caught that as Negretti checks back in. And we have something lined up for the semifinals with
I can't wait.
Beatrice Negretti and you, right?
That's good.
We're going to get this
so good.
We're going to get this arranged. Stay tuned from Louisville. Adams delivered to the outside. That was too tight for the back row. Montano. That one's just right for Hawk, but you can't get it past the block. Second time is into the net, and Atlanta has at 20.
Well, Atlanta doing a nice job. The matchup that's great for Atlanta is when Madison is swinging hard at the ball. Right now, they're blocking well, they're controlling it. But if they take a little something off of it, some chops, hit on the way down a little bit, roll shot to the middle of the court, that might score.
Negretti leads his team in dig to create. That is the percentage of time her dig leads to a swing, 68%. Watch, if she gets a dig here, will they get an attack? No need. Thrown back, Tia Jimerson. This is my net.
That's right. I'm waiting for the finger wag. But I think it's when it's a big stuff block. But we need a little bit more of that from her this season. She was a phenomenal last season as a middle blocker. It's good to see her stepping up here right now in this match.
21-15, the lead back to 6. Negretti, short middle. Gong, hard angle.
That's the shot, just changing it up a little bit, not hitting that ball right to the middle blockers into that low seam. They've got to go sharpen the angles or off the edges of the block.
Negretti delivers, as does Adams. 11 now.
Bringing Adams in just a little bit, holding it with the middle blocker, and that always comes from that first pass. Perfect pass, allowing that split in the block for Adams.
That hitting percentage is gaudy at 846. Gong through the block this time. So just like you wanted, Coach Rockwell.
Hey, listen, we got to move it around. I'm not on their team.
You just, yeah. Are you wearing light blue?
What am I doing right now? They have to move it around if they want a chance to score on Atlanta right now.
Head coach at Notre Dame, and apparently now with Madison, Salima Rockwell alongside Kevin Barnett. I hope you're enjoying this one on a Saturday. Adams is certainly enjoying this. Mackenzie Adams, 12 kills, hitting about 900. She'll go back to the line where she has an ace and where she helped close out the first set.
Well, here's the respect that I have for her. She just keeps swinging harder and harder. Like, she's not tipping, she's not shotting. She just wants to barrel through this block right now.
Going for it again. Feeling the flow, looking to do the bull dance maybe.
Working it.
Yeah. So Adams will check out. Gong will go to the line. Coverage. What a pop-up by Jimerson. The Atlanta block has been frustrating Madison. That push is good from Schwarzenbach.
Very much so. The block has stepped up big time right now, especially against the outsides, controlling them very well.
Now here's the interesting substitution pattern. You saw Mackenzie Adams go off. That is because the libero came in for Adams. Pianut Pinoy there in the right back, letting that one go because Negrete was in for the middle.
I love that. So now you have just an elevated defense, and you can continue to control the ball, passing and defensively.
Now they can do it at a high level here where they control it defensively. Set point number 1. And there's Adams coming back. Jimerson to the line to close set number 2, to be 1 set away from a postseason berth. Good positive touch from the block. Adams got just enough. Flick of the wrist to the outside. That'll be a kill. Carlini with the delivery to Hawk.
That's exactly what that was. The ball looked like it might just go to the middle. She hangs on to it and flings it out there quickly. Middle blocker cannot close.
Second set point for the women in pink. Montano steps back, passes, and Alashaba picks up the kill. 25-20, 25-20. Identical scores send us to the third with Atlanta leading 2-0. As we look at our moments of confidence presented by Skims, it's been a whole lot of big blocks from Atlanta.
It's been incredible. They have completely controlled the net against Madison right now, and so you're going to see a little bit different offense.
As we are into our third set here, and a good test again, and we mentioned for Atlanta, they were up 2-0 in their last one, had to go 5, ended up coming up on the wrong side of that. Here, their block is doing work. There's Tia Jimerson with the wag, and number 8 for her side.
It is devastating right now. So look at the hitting percentage. Atlanta hitting .403 right now, and Madison hitting just .145. That is a huge difference. And couple that with the blocks, it's just getting away from them a little bit.
8-0. Temi Thomas-Ailara back on the floor. Madison cannot find the right solution. The closest thing to it seems to be Gong on the right-hand side as she gets another chance.
Well, that's it. They have to hit the edges of the block, tip over the top. What is working right now? You have to go with what's working, and then you can go back to banging the ball. That's going to be the key for Madison right now.
Off balance. Gong, who is that overall player with the play there. Will she get it back here offensively? Yes. Cannot find it. Pinoy from down low. You have to look for that junk from number 6. And watch for the heat from number 12. Atlanta equal to all of it at the moment. They take Gong out. Here's the payoff. Montano down the line is wide right. A Harrison Butker kind of attack.
It's a good scramble on both sides, trying to get it going. I don't know if Paulo Coco thought it was in or has. He's just looking for a wet spot on the floor, but Madison has to get in a better rhythm. If they're going to tip, that's okay. Chuck it around, but find ways to be intentional with what they're doing.
Salt Lake and Nebraska matching up 1-0. Nebraska over Salt Lake at the moment on this Saturday of volleyball. Madison continues to look for the right solution here. You see in there number 2, Anna Hall now in the match, the middle blocker. And recent mom. Baby boy born in September. That's Louie. That'll change everything for you, won't it, Salima Rockwell?
It changes everything. That's why it's so nice to see all of the moms in this league having their babies and keep going. You can keep on playing volleyball.
Yeah, Kelsey Cook, who was here last year. Of course, she and husband Brian Cook expecting their first. Exciting times for them. Justine Wong-Arantes as well, expecting her first. Thomas-Ailara back line. That is probably her best swing of the match thus far.
Well, and that's what she needs to hit the ball. Everyone else can chop it around. I think tipping for Temi Thomas-Ailara isn't, I mean, that's not her thing, right? Just go for it. Go high and deep into the court, whether it's cross court or down the line. Find that confidence again.
Gong with the scoop. Thomas Ilara with the delivery. 4-2.
There it is. Get her going just a little bit. See if they can find that rhythm. Because they absolutely have the ability to do it.
Adams tucks away that pass, and there's a hitting error. If you're Paulo Coco, you saw this movie recently.
You did.
About timeout?
Not yet. Not yet. No,
okay.
no, no.
6-2? What about 6-2? It's 5-2 now.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Not yet.
Get inside the mind of Coco. 3-0 run. Delivered a little tight and another stuff block. It is 6-2.
And this might be an opportunity to just kind of slow things down here, have a conversation, and say, hey, we've got to get it together. Pass the ball well, keep the ball off the net, give our hitters opportunities of swinging. You can see how tight that was. We're surrounded well.
Another positive touch. Carlini at the net. Backslide delivered to Alec, and that's another winner, 7-2.
Lots of control right now on the side of Madison. I like how they're playing the game. Touching the ball, slowing it down, getting their middles involved just a little bit.
Coco will make a change here, taking San Giacomo off the floor. Gong continues at the line. Carlini, who's the second best blocker in League One at the setting position, has done some work there and done some damage as we traded the number 22.
Let's see Lauren Carlini making those play calls, giving her hitters their routes.
That ball by the block, right to the outside. More good work by the Madison defenders at the net. Yalasheva in the middle. You see there number 27 on the floor, now not wearing her normal 24, Eva Hudson.
Well, it's nice to see her back on the court and ready to play the game. But what I really love is how Mackenzie Adams is playing perfectly timed. Reads it so well out of the middle back. We talk about her offensively and what she's doing at the net, but man, her defense, so stellar, keeping this team going.
Ball tipped over the top. That is good from Carlini, who continues to be aggressive when possible.
Oh, really nice play. Looked like she's leaning back to fire that slide behind to Alec. Just drops it in. That's a very well-deceived play.
So Hudson on the floor. First time in a while for her. Did not play 6 of the last 8 matches. And went through some injury issues. Another one of those college standouts coming to the pro ranks. She's in the left front currently as Montano steps back to serve. Atlanta only down 3.
Only down 3, but you can feel when energy shifts in a match or in a set. They don't want it to get completely away from them.
Well, you got to make some plays. That tip goes over the top and down. That was a weakness displayed in the second set.
Absolutely. They have not picked up the tip well. The middle of the court is available over top of the block. Continue to mix it up. The hitters that can score, let them do it. The ones that can tip it, go ahead and just find some points.
Targeting Hudson right away in reception. That ball was a little tight. As is that one. Too tight, in fact. Fairbanks with the stuff. So if you're the team that's getting tipped on,
yes,
how do you get back on top of that aspect of the game in the match without having to go to a practice where all you do is tip coverage and you come away with a bunch of floor burns?
Right. Well, you know when it's coming, you have a plan. Hey, we're going to cover this tip here, left front. Whoever is responsible for that.
Clarify your responsibilities.
Yes, you make that immediate adjustment. I'm going to get this. I've got this ball. Done. We're not letting that tip fall again, and then we regroup and reset based on offensively what they're doing. So, and you already do that in practice. You train it in practice. Hey, if a team's killing us tip-wise, this is what we're going to do, and then we come out of it.
Well, they're out of those 5-1 rotations there. Carlini to the back row. You saw Timmy Thomas Ilara with the kill there. Look to the back row on the other side, and they have exchanged lightning bolts out of that D spot.
I love that set out of the back row. Montano flies in there. Watch her approach. She starts from outside the court, ends up almost at the net when she's done. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal.
Nobody home for that one.
No, makes it look easy too.
Only a chasing hawk getting there. Good soft touch, but cannot get the second contact. Bad spot there for Atlanta. Madison within one of the technical timeout here.
Really nice job of handling that set, Hawk. That ball was a little bit tight. She's been doing a nice job hitting high and flat and getting the ball to rattle just a little bit.
Fairbanks, Jimerson, and Adams in the front row. Hudson, again, not a great pass. To go to the technical with Thomas Ilara. Not yet. Gong steps in, steps out. Atlanta scrambles. Again, trying to eliminate Gong, they do, but it is Anna Hall with the kill. Lightly used in this. 12-8. They sprinted to a 6-2 advantage, did Madison, to open this set. A must-win for them. If they lose this match, they have remaining matches, but their postseason hopes have been vanquished. Hall, off the court, off the net delivery from Carlini.
I mean, this is where they're having success out of the middle of the court. So when they're passing well, just get the balls to the middle in front. That's what's working right now between Hall, between Schwarzenbach, and all of their middles.
Hall with a tough serve. Again, going to that right back, trying to take Gong out. Thomas Ilara says she'll take it. Hudson playing center field. And Atlanta killing the ball, so Hall will leave after that serve. But good to see Anna Hall back out there. She and husband Duncan lived in Italy the last 2 years. And spousal support is critical, because the opposite of it is deadly to a career.
Without question, they have to have the support because this is hard. Playing professionally is very difficult. You're traveling, and now certainly when you have a baby, I mean, it changes everything. So it's so nice to see, again, Anna Hall out there after having a baby, getting after it with that support.
Anna and Duncan taking care of Louis. That one's pushed over by Alec off what was a tough jump serve. So Madison holds on to their lead. There, a look at Hall. Had a chance to catch up with her in the fall. And just trying to get back into a rhythm. She said, like, his rhythm, Louis' rhythm, is not my rhythm on a day.
No. No, that's not a mom's rhythm.
Hudson, good scoop there. And the middle delivery becomes a reality for Jimerson, who'll step back to serve.
So I think right now Atlanta's got to pick up their serving because there's been a lot of middle attacks on the first ball from Madison right now.
Tia Jimerson and Amber Ayagidi are locked in a battle here for most digs by a middle blocker right now.
Oh, yes.
Jimerson leads, and she's adding to it with that one. Backslide. Down the line. Did it catch any hands? Our officials will review immediately.
Alec wanted it, and she went after it hard. Saw the line swing available. We'll see if she caught any hands or if it was in.
Ball giving to Atlanta.
It's one of the few errors from the middle blockers lately for Madison. Again, that's what's working right now for them.
Well, here's Atlanta kind of scratching and clawing their way back into this one. A point here, a point there. They give one back here, 15-11.
Substitution for number 2,
Temi Thomas Ilara says she's been working on visualization to maintain balance, whether good or bad performances. Kind of center herself. A lot of good performances lately for TTA. That ball is too tight. Looking for hands was Hawk. Did she find him? She did not. Point Atlanta.
It was the right play. There were a couple of tight sets to her on the outside, whether it's in system or out. She's really trying to make some stuff happen off the edges and the top of the block.
15-12. Hawk, good pass. Delivery to Alec. Adams again in a perfect spot. Scramble plays at the net. Both teams playing some good D. Hudson just can't find a solution yet. Thomas Ilara dug by Pinoy. Pinoy again. How about a third? This time it's Adams. Defense ruling the day for Atlanta.
Unbelievable. Pinoy just coming in there, sticking right at it. She sees that ball coming at her hard and has zero fear. There she is, right underneath the ball, coming right back at her. Again, back-to-back, huge scoops by Pinoy.
Challenge issued by Matt Furbringer, Madison's head coach.
I didn't see the flag, so I'm not sure if this is a real challenge.
He likes to throw it to him, drop it to himself.
That shouldn't be allowed.
No.
Not in my opinion.
Work for the offseason. Yeah. This is the final block by Eva Hudson, who finished that rally. After all that defense, it was her at the net with the one-on-one stuff. Hudson's 4th of the year. 15-13 as the double sub will now come on for Madison.
And bringing that double sub in, trying to get more offense, more options now with the setter back row and 3 attackers in the front row.
15-13. Atlanta, a point here, a point there, almost all the way back. Get another one via the block.
That is the danger zone right there, hitting that ball into the meat of the block, the middle of the block. Talked about this a couple different times. It's hard, but they've got to work the edges and work around that block. See if they can get the ball to the middle.
After that, a miss lets Atlanta off the hook. Now 11 blocks to 1. Atlanta winning that battle. They're working on Hudson from the moment she came on the floor. Trying to find a rhythm. She does. Off the block. Put it on the board. Atlanta stays in touch. Hudson in the back row. Adams to the front. Eva Hudson, 2025 SEC Player of the Year. Her coach Craig Skinner said she's never satisfied. That's going to serve her well as a pro.
Without question.
Hawk looking deep corner to find the hands, does not. We find ourselves tied at 16.
Madison has to control their swings, see if they can get the ball just in a nice position, chop the ball down the line, tip the ball over the top.
Madison's hitting 110 in this set. They'll add to it there with Hall. That's the bad news. Good news is they have limited Atlanta to 170 in this particular frame. Low point of the match for the women in pink.
They've done a nice job, and some of that was on Atlanta themselves. They were a little out of sync early on in the match. A couple of unforced errors, and Madison's block was in control, but we're seeing Atlanta slowly control their side of the ball.
Good stab to keep that one alive. Cross-court winner or loser? We will check with the referees. Immediate review once again. No need for challenge flags here. Paulo has it. He has it.
He's ready.
He's got it if he needs it.
Here it is.
When our officials can.
He just faked. He just balked. Wait a minute. You can't
You're charging him with the ball?
Right?
That's in next year's rules, okay?
We got to get back to that.
Baseball season. Baseball just got underway. Salima Rockwell excited to call a balk on somebody.
Hey, you saw it.
Oh, man. Negretti on again. Jimerson with a touch out of bounds. Good bounce for Madison.
Again, smart tip. Just keep an eye on how many times they tip and throw or set the ball to the middle here at the end of this set.
Temitomo-Sailara back to the front row. That could be good for Madison. In the right rotation at the right time, perhaps. Another scoop. Adams staying aggressive. What a stab. Adams off blocker dig. Grimes with another play, but that miss will end it.
That is tough, because that was one. That block touch on Montagna was huge. Controlling that ball and converting on that would have been a very big point for Madison.
18 up. Madison needs to outplay Atlanta here in the final 7. They get outplayed there with a big block.
That is 12 blocks for Atlanta. 12 blocks.
In not even 3 sets.
No, this is incredible. incredible. Now Gong did try to take that ball off the hands of Adams, which is what she needs to do, but Adams put up a strong block on the outside.
First lead since the first point of this set for Atlanta comes in the waning moments. Temi Thomas-Ailara goes through the block there. That's a big one for Madison, and Temi's been big all year. First generation in America, her parents emigrating from Nigeria. Brother Tolu was pre-med at Vanderbilt, was walking around campus, and the football coach said, hey, you should come out and try out for football. He did. He made the team. As that ball is blocked there by Madison, he makes the team. He will not tell his parents that he's on the team. He does not. He does not tell mom and dad.
That's phenomenal.
So one day he's down in Florida for a game, and his mom tracks him and says, why are you in Florida? I'm here for a conference.
This is the greatest story of all time.
Mom, after the season, she didn't know it was the season, but in the summer she happens to Google him, and the first thing that pops up is his Vanderbilt football roster bio.
What's happening
Mom
now?
calls Temi and says, is your brother playing football?
Oh, that's phenomenal. That is phenomenal.
She said, yes, I knew that he was playing football. She calls Tolu, and Tolu calls Temi and says, did you tell mom? She said, well, she knew. She Googled you. All time.
Goodness.
That ball was missed.
My goodness.
Yeah,
what a
athletic
story.
family. Really fun to learn about Temi. An incredible mix of both academics and athletics. And she's been on just this kind of rise professionally since joining the ranks just a couple of seasons ago.
Without question. She's front row right now, and they need her right now to win this set.
Yeah, in her third season, this could be a big moment.
Yes.
They're up one. She's left front. Oh, no transition opportunity. That one's into the donuts.
Oh, that's really frustrating as a coach watching the ball just drop. It wasn't short, light, right over the top of the block. That was high and in the middle of the court. Someone's got to run that down, but a smart play by Montano, who has been hitting this entire time. She hasn't tipped any balls.
Throwing the change up. Montano throwing the ball over that time, but right at Carlini is Atlanta, and they trade tips. This one's an off-shot roll.
That's it. Middle of the court. That's what's been scoring. Tipping right over the top. I thought Temi might swing, but that was a smart play.
She's good at that.
She's good at that. The tips, a little bit too high. She'll work on that. She'll keep working on that one. That roll shot is beautiful.
So Temi Thomas-Ailara scores. Claire Chaussee comes in. Play some defense here. She'll play middle back this time. In for Ailara. Nothing doing on that one. Angela with the kill.
So fast.
Deuces wide.
Perfect pass. I mean, this is do or die for Madison right here. I mean, this is, they've got to get it done.
3 points for a season.
That's it.
3 points for a season. 3 points to go to the postseason if you're Atlanta. 9 ties, 3 lead changes in this third frame. Can Atlanta punch their ticket? Back row. Thomas-Ailara back in, and he cannot get over the tape. Atlanta's 2 away.
Right idea. She wanted to tip that ball right over top of the block and get them off the net, and unfortunately didn't clear.
Keeping the pressure on. Montano down the middle. Hawk through the block. So they gave away the ad, but they tied up again here at 23. 2 points for a season.
Grimes making that pass happen, getting a little rattle in the block.
A little 2-point run here. Side out score would send Atlanta to the playoffs.
Keep an eye on Montano here.
You said it. She got it. Another heater from the middle back.
That's who I would say. Perfectly executed play by Fairbanks. Running forward, still in control, up and down. Beautiful play.
Match ball number 1. Playoff ball number 1. Madison trying to hang on. So Temi Thomas-Ailara high into the sky, and that's it. Atlanta's going to the playoffs.